Hey, I'm Melly Bean, and in this video we are going to learn how to draw Stonekeeper from the movie Smallfoot. So let's get started. So go ahead and grab yourself a pencil, and now we're going to start towards the upper portion of the paper, and we're going to start drawing a triangle. But the bottom of the triangle is not going to be straight, we're going to curve it. Not like that. Like that. And this is going to be Stonekeeper's face. And then coming out from the triangle, you're going to draw a couple lines. And it's almost like you're going to be drawing a big rectangle, but the rectangle is going to be a little wider towards the bottom. Now you're going to draw some lines for hair where it kind of curves out around that triangle. Those are his long flowing locks. And then a little bit of squiggly hair on the top of that. Now you're going to draw his horns. And then two little ovals for eyes. Well, U-shapes. And those are towards the top of the triangle, but make sure to leave a little space above those U-shapes. Now draw two little lines over the top of those, and those are his eyelids. And now for his mouth, we're going to draw a triangle, but then the bottom, once again, is going to be a little curved, but the opposite way. Now we're going to draw Stonekeeper's beard, and you're going to come down from the large triangle, and kind of like you're drawing a smooth upside down triangle, sort of. But then we're going to draw the little hair bands that he has in his hair. And then we're going to draw some curved lines too going down, and then a hairband, and then some curved lines until we get to the bottom of his beard. So if at any time you feel like you need to catch up or anything, just go ahead and pause the video. Or when you get to the end of the video, just pause it there and look at what I've done and copy. Now we're going to draw a little line below that, and that's going to be his bottom lip. And then draw him some jagged teeth. And now you're going to draw a little squiggly something for his staff or stave, whatever they call that. Now I'm drawing the staff going down. And now you're going to draw some U-shapes on the staff, like I just did there, and those are Stonekeeper's fingers. And then another curve for his fingernail. So draw a little squiggle down here beneath his body and the staff for his arm. That's like his elbow. And then on the right side, we're going to start drawing his little hand. And basically it's going to be a bunch of kind of long U or C shapes. And you're going to draw 5 of those. Kind of going out in a fan shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then draw a curve on the bottom of his hand. And some more squiggly hairs going down. And a little bit right there too. Now I'm drawing 2 curves right there, and that's where his hair swoops down over his body. Then at the top here, I'm going to use kind of a bluish gray color. And I'm only going to color down just a little bit, like, just about halfway, or just to the bottom of the eye, but coloring around the eye. I just forgot to draw a little curve of his hand right there, his palm. But then you're going to go ahead and use that same color that you used and color his hand. And then color his other hand. And I did leave the fingernails. Now I'm going to color the bottom lip. And then just a little bit around the top part of his mouth. Now I'm going to do the outline of his arms and the horns. Then we're going to use a little brown and draw more little U shapes with the brown in his eyes. And now we're going to start drawing all those rocks on his body. So you're going to start at the top and work your way down. And you're basically going to be drawing some really rough, squiggly U shapes all the way down to the bottom so that it looks like shingles, like that you would see on a house or a roof or something like that. So don't start at the bottom and work your way up, because I think that would be harder. So start at the top and work your way down. I really had to speed this video up because there is a lot of coloring that takes place and a lot of time-consuming things like this. So if you need to pause the video, once again, go ahead and do that. Keep in mind that the way that I'm coloring Stonekeeper, you don't have to color Stonekeeper the same way. You can use whatever colors that you want to use. So don't feel locked in. Don't feel locked into thinking you have to do it exactly like me, because you are your own person and you are your own artist and you do it the way you want to do it. So now I'm using like a brown color here, and I'm just kind of randomly filling in those shingles. Now I'm using like a greenish color. And kind of try not to put the same color next to itself. I'm using like a gray. So just color along with me while you're going through this part of the video, and you just pick your colors and do what you do. This is a different shade of brown. a little bit different than that other one that I used. Once again, a different shade of brown. I'm using quite a few different colors here. Probably 5 or 6 different colors, I think. That way there's a lot of variation, and that way you also don't end up having to put the same color next to each other a bunch. I really like the character design for this movie. I think that the characters are really neat looking. I like the way they did the Yetis. This color is like a tan. I'm filling in all the rest of the ones that are left over. Now I'm going to use a light blue, and I'm going to color some of his hair, but erase some of those unneeded lines that you don't need anymore. And color on the arms and the bottom part of his hair. Then I'm coloring in his fingernails with like a dark blue. And now I'm going to color the staff or stave for anybody who says it either way. This is like a purpley color. Maybe magenta or something like that. That might be what that color is called. And color all the little hair bands on his beard. Now I'm using a dark gray just above the part of his eyes for his eyelids, and I'm going to color in the mouth with black. Make sure not to color the teeth when you do that. I'm erasing that line there that was in between the face and the beard. And now I'm using a blue, light blue, again, just making little lines in the beard to create some shadows. A little bit in the hair on the top of his head. Now I'm using a purple gel pen, and I'm kind of squiggling on the staff and just making some lines on there to make some squiggles and some little details, make it a little more defined. A little bit on the hair bands. Just outlining all of that stuff. Now I'm using a gray gel pen, and I'm going on his hair, following the hairline around the face. You could even use colored pencils for all of this stuff too. You don't need to have gel pens. Just on his hands and on his hair, just kind of outlining everything, outlining the horns, the beard, we're getting there, we're almost done. A little bit on the bottom of the mouth, around the teeth, and around the bottom of the eye, and on those eyelids. Now I'm using this pen to go around every single one of those shingles, the rock shingles. So just start at the top and work your way down. That'll make it easier for you. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's better to get something done and finish it than to worry about it being absolutely perfect the whole time, because then you never finish your work. And the most important thing I would say to getting better with your drawing is to always finish your work. Start to finish. Now I'm using a yellow gel pen and I'm going around that white part on the bottom of the eye. And then just do some black dots in that center part of the eye. And now I'm using a white gel pen and one dot in each eye in the same spot, a little bit on the horns, on the hair, anywhere I want those white highlights, a little on the hands, fingernails, the staff. And a little bit on the bottom of each of the shingles. I think he turned out pretty good. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and share this with your friends so that they can draw Stonekeeper too. Come back and draw with me again. Bye.